The amount of progress AI has made is wild, and especially when it comes to creative tools. Most of the time when people look at AI, they're thinking ChatGPT, text, now they're getting into web results and even thinking models. But what a lot of people discount, especially marketers, are all the different creative elements around AI. All those tools have gotten upgrades over the last 2 years too, and they are now at the place where they're actually production ready. They're no longer toys to play around with. They are now production grade tools that we can ship real results with. So, welcome back to Bot Bros, a segment of the AI driven marketer where we uncover the help from the hype. I'm Dan Sanchez. I'm joined by my brother, Travis Sanchez.
We need to get into it. Let's do it.
And this was a breakthrough week on a number of creative tools that I feel like are finally coming into their own. The first one I want to talk about is a AI tool called Suno. If you haven't heard of Suno, I've talked about it on this show occasionally. It's been a while though, and it does AI music. AI music. Now, before you write that off as like, yeah, music, I'm not a musician. I don't make music. I don't publish music. Like, you're a marketer. Are you making videos? Do any of those videos have music in them? Do you think you could leverage music? Do you think McDonald's leverages music when they come up with their commercials? Of course. Marketers have been using jingles for like over 100 years now. So it's a tried and true medium that I think marketers haven't explored because it was kind of hard, but you need to start exploring it because it's gotten really good recently. So Trav, I don't think you've heard that Suno came out with V5, but you've heard some stuff from Suno before, haven't you?
Oh, of course. I mean, I've listened to the popular band on Spotify, which has over 1 million listens a month or whatever it is. And you can't tell that it's AI. So didn't know
that was
version
probably
5.
using Suno, and that was probably using like their old version, like 4.
Right.
I've been impressed with the company because they ship a new major update to their model every 6 months, and they're shipping new features about every month or so, a little feature with the big one every 6 months, and they just released version 5. I got started when it was on 3.5, and it was really good. And then I bought into it and started paying for it when it hit version 4, and then I started producing, and I produced an album, and had done podcasts about it on this show along, but then 4.5 came out in the spring. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so much better. And then I was testing out 5 yesterday. I was like, oh, you can't even tell. But even with 4.5, you could hear it every once in a while. It would mess up. You'd hear the little extra, like it'd go a pitch off in some places, and it wasn't a natural pitch. It would sound unnatural. It was like that tell of that it was AI. Right. Version 5, I'm having a hard time finding it now.
Wow.
I'm literally taking old tracks that I made of music songs that I'd liked, and I'm like, remaster in 5, and I'm like, oh, all the little issues are gone. It sounds wonderful now.
Wow.
The other part that's really cool is that it's so accurate now, and it's so good at adhering to prompts now that they have the ability to strip all the instruments out. So you can actually you can render a whole track and then split out all the different tracks into separate tracks to edit individually. So now all of a sudden musicians, people who know what they're doing in editing music, can actually go through and customize. Or if you made a song, you're like, oh, if only it didn't have drums. Well, guess what? You could split out the tracks, eliminate the whole drum track, and then be like, give me a different beat, but I like everything else. Jeez. That's the level of editing ability you now have with Suno. Which I think that part where you can like rip out the drums is there, but add a new drum set isn't quite there. But the tech is there, and now they just have to make the normal feature of it. Yeah. But they're really like the new model they released. They said enables them to release that soon. So that's a whole new level of like not toy anymore. This is now a professional tool that marketers can use to do stuff we had no business doing.
Have you tried messing with it to create like short jingles or something?
It's really hard. I actually tried for this show, and I had to hire somebody to do the video and audio jingle. But doing bumpers are particularly hard because it's not just music, it's sound effects, and it's a weird layered thing that's really hard for it to get. Now, that's when I was trying with 4.5. I actually haven't tried it again with 5, and I should, because it'd be kind of cool to be like, hey, create a 5-second jingle. It's also really hard for it to hit 5 seconds, but yeah, I need to go back through and try it with version 5.
I mean, we've all heard jingles for our, we're in our upper 30s, so we've heard jingles our entire life on TV commercials. You don't hear them as much now, but people still use them, especially across social media. People that
Mhm.
open Pokemon cards, people
Yep.
that do sporting things like, but there is a difference between having like a long jingle and a little sound bit like McDonald's. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not going to make short stuff like that, but do you think it could put out a 30-second or a 20-second?
It makes a huge difference. There's a creator that I like named Pat Flynn. He's a big time marketer, but it's funny. He started as a marketer and like build a business online guy, but then his kids grew up and they started getting into Pokemon cards. So he started getting into Pokemon cards. Now he has a YouTube channel with 1 million followers all right dedicated to Pokemon. Pat Flynn, look him up. He also has a series where he like buys like unopened decks of Pokemon cards and does like an open. But and now he did one a day and built up a huge following on TikTok around this thing because there was always that like mystery, like, oh, are you gonna get a holofoil card? But he baked little music tracks into it, and those are all I'm sure made by humans. But pretty soon you'll just be able to make
Should
that with
I
AI.
open it or should I keep it
Keep it
sealed?
sealed. Oh, you've seen it, so you know. Oh no, I should have kept it sealed. It's like he plays the same tracks over and over
Every
again.
single time. What grade did you get? Is it good or is it? Shh, let's
But just think how good that is. But he had to hire somebody to do that, and it was good on him for thinking through that, and adding it and building it and making it a little bit better every single time. But like with AI, with tools like Suno, we could do that kind of stuff now, and we should be. Like even with this show, I'm able to like do stuff that I should have never been able to do with stuff like Google's video. I'm going to have the 404 character come on and ask for a like and subscribe. You'll hear him. I'll insert him somewhere in this episode, so we'll see.
He needs a different voice. He needs like a more cartoony voice, I think.
It's
But
hard because it's right now it's not as good at hitting the cartoon.
bro,
Like there's only so many voices you can get. It's hard.
listeners, if you could just take a pause, we need to talk shop. Just send me the clip and I'll add a cartoon voice. Anyways, just send me the thing and maybe I can add a cartoon voice.
All right, I'll send it to you and you can
Okay.
play with it. You
Okay.
can give it a few swings. I'll send you the graphic to start with.
Great. Okay, back to our scheduled program.
So that's news. Suno version 5 launched. The next one is Gamma. Have you heard of Gamma?
Only in video games.
Gamma is a creative tool that uses AI to build a combination of things. It can build decks, it can build landing pages, and it can build carousels. And
Okay.
it at first it was kind of rough. I remember testing it out last Christmas because I needed time. I wanted to build a Christmas uh
Like a
movie
slide deck,
trivia.
you're saying?
Yeah, a Christmas movie trivia game. Like a thing, not something I would put in public, but I needed a deck real quick. And I got about 40% of the way there. So I'm like, okay, well, it's got the pages laid out, but all the graphics and questions and all the tech. So then this spring they updated it again. And now you can like put in like, hey, build me a Christmas movie trivia deck, and dang, it looks good. The styles of it, the images it fills in with it. It can actually go through and think about like asking the right questions, like in the movie such and such, like where did Ralphie get his BB gun from? And then it gives you the three answers. One of them's right, three of them are false. The only thing I saw that it messed up on is that the right answer was always answer A. So I'm like, oh, that's a quick fix. But it was like, dude, it was 99% of the way there. I just had to scramble the answers and it was done. So
I
that's how good
tried
it is.
I tried to create a presentation maybe a year and a half ago with AI. Oh man, it wasn't there.
Gamma is now there. It can do it, especially if you have the content of the deck. Like if you have ChatGPT come up with the title and the bullets
Oh yeah, I
and
had
just
the
throw it in.
content, but it
Yeah.
just yeah.
Gamma, depending on how much context you give it, can do it all from scratch. Like I gave it no context other than make me a Christmas movie, a trivia deck, and it came up with everything.
Wow.
10
No, but
pages.
you'll have to. I mean, most slide decks is a very specific information.
Yeah. You'll have to engineer it, and that's where, like, if you feed it the content, it can come up with the design. But the design's hard. Designing
Totally.
decks is hard for
And can I
marketers
be
because they're
honest?
not designers.
I'm lazy. I hate putting presentations together. Each slide by slide. putting the text, making oh god, punch me in the head.
So Gamma's been out for a while. It's been good for months now. The thing that's new today, the thing that came out this week, is that you can now fully automate Gamma through the API, and it's connected to Zapier and things like make.com. So imagine this. I could automate this podcast and say, hey, every time I update the podcast, it hits the RSS feed. Zapier grabs the RSS feed, pulls the transcript, and then sends it to Gamma. Be like, hey, based on this transcript, and maybe have an injected prompt that it uses every time. Go through and find the key ideas, string them into a presentation, a social media carousel with this style, and look for these points. Always end with this slide with the call to action to listen to the full episode. Put the URL in it, and then it goes, makes it, sends it back to Zapier. Zapier publishes the LinkedIn.
No way.
Yeah, that is now possible. Full automation of graphic design. And remember, Gamma's gotten to the point where it's getting to 99% good, which means for people like me, I'll just put that sucker on full auto. So expect to see some carousels from me on like Instagram and LinkedIn. It's gonna happen because it's now possible with the API.
So you mentioned presentations and social media carousels. I also see they say documents and websites. And obviously they have a little description, show-stopping proposals, PDFs, visual aids, and more.
Yep.
Lightning fast on any topic, websites, business sites, landing pages, portfolios, and more faster than you can blink. So when it says websites,
single page websites. The website component's my least favorite.
Okay. I was like, how does that work?
Because they're kind of templated. It's almost like a presentation deck stacked on top of itself is what it looks like. Web page design is a little bit more dynamic than that. And for landing pages, I am now just going straight to vibe coding. I'm saying ChatGPT, code me a landing page. Lovable, code me a landing page. And they'll just design it and build it all in one shot. And then you just go back through the prompt and fix it. But for Gamma, presentation decks, sometimes docs, but the carousels are my favorite thing. The carousels are so good. Chef's kiss.
Wow.
Because carousels are hard. You ever designed a carousel from scratch? I guess you're not a designer, so
I mean, my team has, but and when they give it to me, I'm like, this is not good.
Yeah,
it's not engaging.
They made it on Canva or something with a template.
Totally. Yeah. And I'm like,
Yeah.
no, it has to flow. It has to keep you wanting. You have to have the right text size so that it's consumable, not just one block. It needs to have some design hierarchy. Anyways, yeah.
So the next part of the news is that Kling 2.5 Turbo, which is a video model out there, just released an update to their video model, and now you can essentially render what was something that all video models were failing at. People would find these niche use cases of it where it's like, well, it's good, but in this situation, it looks like crap still. And one of those situations was gymnasts. As soon as you had a diver jumping off a diving board with limbs flying around, or gymnast doing somersaults, the limbs would, what did you call it earlier? Like a starfish?
A mutant starfish that could change limbs from one side of the body to the other. That's what it looked like. It was just
it was wacko, like a helicopter with limbs, it was like
it was
crazy. And you're like, okay, so like AI video hasn't figured out proper anatomy and physics quite with that yet, but Kling 2.5 does. They figured it out, and now it's not perfect yet, but dang, it's so much closer. It's just starting to show that even on the niche fringe cases of video, the bugs are being worked out. Right. It's getting to the point where it's getting harder and harder to tell, to where video is now getting production ready. You can do most things with video and it be fairly reliable.
Once you realize that I think they said the average clip in a movie is only like 3.5 seconds. And now they're producing 8-second clips. So now you can have editors picking between 8 seconds after they've created a video is wild. I mean, that's where movies can start. I mean, we're going to see a movie. I think we'll see a full-length feature film before the end of the year. It might not be good.
Before 2026?
Yeah, it might not be good, but you'll get some news feed headline.
Yeah,
full video made with speaking, with music. It'll be there. It won't be fantastic, and it'll have its glitches. But I know people will say, I'm sure someone listening to this will be like, they already made that. No, I'm talking one that's actually like decent to watch, not one that's like, okay, you made, yeah.
Not one where you watch it and you're like, every every 30 seconds you're like, should I keep watching this? Like it'll actually have a story and you'll be like carried
Yes.
through. There will be
Yes.
lots of problems, but you'll be like,
It'll be a C-
this is actually,
movie.
I want to keep watching. Yeah, it'll be C minus.
Mm-hmm.
So not complete F. I mean, they're not going to make a full movie. I think maybe it'll be a full movie, but like
I
they got
mean,
to make like a 30-minute thing. I haven't even seen a 30-minute thing.
yeah.
I've seen some 5-minute things that are really good, but not 30 minutes. Haven't even gotten an episode length yet, but it's coming. Yeah, can you remember that? Like, content marketing is going to take on a whole new thing when you can do like Star Wars level production, Mandalorian style production, and come up with your own series. You're like, I don't know, are we going to make the Hallmark movie of B2B marketing? It's going to be cringe as heck, but the B2B marketers will love it. I guess that's every Hallmark movie. Let's be honest. Every Hallmark movie starts like she always falls in love with some guy who works in marketing, or she works in marketing. That's just, I don't know. Maybe I married someone who likes Hallmark movies, so
I've never seen a Hallmark movie, but I obviously
bro.
know the tropes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anyway, moving on to the next section. Sponsor of the week is of course HighLevel, which is a full-fledged marketing tool. Like it has all the tools built into it, other than podcasting. You use Zencaster for that, but CRM, marketing automation, landing pages, funnels, website, WordPress hosting, calendaring, like all the different things that you would ever need in a marketing tool. It's $100 a month. I've had a few people tell me that it's like $100 a month is expensive because some of these other tools like ActiveCampaign start at $25 a month. The problem with ActiveCampaign, as everybody knows, and all the other tools that are similar, is very quickly once you start hitting a 500 contacts, 1,000 contacts, it jumps to hundreds and gets really expensive. It doesn't have nearly the amount of tools in it. So what I tell most people is like, man, if $100 a month is a lot, you're not ready. Just use like free tools until you're ready to start paying for something like HighLevel. Use Google Sheets for your CRM and use SendFox to send email and just leverage the free stuff. And then when $100 is like a no-brainer, sign up for that. Anyway, moving on to everyday AI. Let's find some examples. Travis, you want to kick us off? How have you been using AI this week?
So I have been, this is okay, a little bit out there. No judgment. We listen and we don't judge. Okay.
I'm already judging. I'm already seeing the description you wrote down. Tell us, tell the audience.
I dream actively every single night. It's not even a question, but some dreams hit different. You wake up and it's still just rolling in your mind. So I've been dictating or voice memoing my dreams to ChatGPT, and it has been spitting back like interpretations of the dreams. And can I tell you, Dan, don't give me that face. They have been like, even my wife went, no way did it just say that. Okay. So there's been confirmations of my dreams having some, I don't know.
You got a dream journal in ChatGPT?
Yeah, dude.
Did you at
Hey,
least put it in a project? Do you
I
have
should,
any projects in ChatGPT yet?
yeah, of course. But I didn't do the dreams in a project. I probably should.
Yeah, just call it the dream journal and see if it can build on itself.
Listen, other than my brother being a hater, you should try it.
I
Okay.
feel like you're doing
Okay.
AI tarot cards. Well,
all
to
right.
be fair, you're
Okay.
gonna.
Okay.
To be
Listen,
fair, judgment's
don't
coming
judge.
back towards me when I'm reading what I'm putting down right now.
Whatever. You know what?
Um,
It's fine. I value vulnerability, and you, the audience, deserve better than this judgment.
okay, moving on. Okay, so I did something probably equally as worth judgment this week. I actually did this live, and I did it live on LinkedIn and YouTube. I did this whole process live because a year ago, Google put out a product called NotebookLM, which you just give it information and it turns it into a little audio podcast. Two voices sound really good. And it took over a weekend. I whipped up a little series called Mark like Pioneers of Marketing or something, and I did like an episode per like OG marketer. going back to like the 1700s, Josiah Wedgwood. So I did one. I've always wanted to do it, but I never had the time to do it. So I did it with AI. It was great. I listened to them all. I had fun. So I'm like, I'm going to do that again. 5 episodes, and I'm going to try to see if I can do it in an hour. Tech's gotten better. That was before deep research even existed. So like, can I come up with an outline, do the deep research, throw them all into audio, NotebookLM, come up with the graphics for each episode, and then publish them all on Spotify within an hour? Spoiler alert, I did get it done in an hour. So what took me a weekend a year ago, I got done in an hour live on a new series called, what do we call it? Ship Happens, where I take an AI challenge and would try to see if I can get it done in an hour or pay the consequence. It shipped, it got done. But the topic the podcast was Artificial Attraction, about how AI impacts our psychology. That's the topic of the podcast. So I went and found a bunch of episodes, but it was kind of weird using AI tools to build the full episodes about AI. So it was like AI about AI psychology. I didn't spot check anything. So a lot of people ripped me for that on LinkedIn. Like, wait, you're publishing stuff on a podcast without checking any of it? I'm like, yeah. So I made it for me. They're like, then why did you publish it? I'm like, I don't know. It was a challenge. Okay. Get off. But it's live. If you want to see it, it's on LinkedIn or on the AI Driven Marketer YouTube channel under the live section. There's a whole live tab where that challenge is. I've done a bunch of other lives over there. So if you want to join me live, go subscribe on YouTube and you'll see them there. What do you got next, Trav?
Found out a friend of mine wanted to buy a coffee cart, but like it's a full trailer. So
Okay.
it's like the trailer is like $45,000 or something to buy this really nice coffee cart trailer. And I want to buy a coffee cart trailer, but I was like, but I don't want to run it, but I want to own one and have it as a business. So I found out she found one. She wants to buy it. And I was like, hey, I would love to potentially go in on this with you and like
be a silent partner.
Yeah. And buy the trailer and then see how that goes. But I haven't worked out the details. So then I started thinking like, okay, what would revenue need to look like? What are the margins, profit margins when you have a coffee cart, when you have a coffee shop in general? Like what? So I just was driving and I turned ChatGPT voice mode and just started asking all of the questions. How many customers do I need? What is the average, spend of a customer for coffee carts? And obviously it was giving me very wide ranges because he doesn't know how popular the coffee cart would be. But it was just so helpful that in a moment I could be speaking to somebody who has better answers than anyone that I know personally about a specific topic. And okay, well, what interests, if I'm not going to be owner and she wants to be full owner, but I need to make my money back, what should interest payments be? How much would she have to pay me a month if she needs to pay it back in 12, 24, 48, 60 months, all these things. So it was like a fantastic, just feedback loop that I could speak into and ask specific questions.
Yeah, partnerships are tricky. ChatGPT is good at figuring out. I would even ask ChatGPT, because I've done this. I have 2 partnerships that I'm working on right now. And I've asked ChatGPT, like, hey, help me break down contingencies if we want to exit the partnership. If one of us wants to exit the partnership at this marker, this marker, this marker. And I tend to think about it in time and revenue markers. That way you have it's really clear, because that's likelihood for a partnership is that. Like how do you vest? So you're like, anyway, yeah, ChatGPT is really good at breaking that down. Moving on though to the poll of the week. I've been noticing that a lot of people have been talking about Gemini. I've been noticing Gemini. I used Gemini a lot this week, and I was like, ooh, it's getting good. I got some great results. That whole podcast challenge thing I did completely with Google. All the Gemini research, ideation, research,
Really?
Google Notebook, even the image creation. I did it the whole thing in Gemini. I just forced myself to do it in Gemini because sometimes I got stuck in a rut and I'm always talking about ChatGPT. I'm like, I'm going to do it all in Gemini. Work great. I've even transferred some of my custom GPTs over to Gemini, and they don't work quite as well as they did in ChatGPT, but pretty well. So I had to ask my crowd on LinkedIn. If you're not connected with me on LinkedIn, this is where these polls go. Connect at linkedin.com/IN/digital marketing Dan. You'll see these polls. But I asked people, what's your main AI tool right now? And I gave people the option of course, ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, Grok, and Perplexity. And of course, ChatGPT is still the leader, but at less of a margin than it was before. The last time I did this, it was at 75%. Now it's at 70%. Gemini at 8%, Claude at 14%, Grok at 2%, Perplexity at 5%.
Grok at 2.
For
Dang.
marketers, remember, I have a lot of marketers that are more AI savvy than normal. Like the listeners to the show and the people who follow
Still,
me on LinkedIn are more AI tech industry
I
people.
wonder, man, it'd be really cool to see a poll with like 18 to 25-year-olds who aren't specifically marketers. Like, what are they using? This is not, it's kind of on topic, not really. As I was using ChatGPT to do a business analysis conversation, I used to love the voice mode, and I'm ChatGPT's losing me on the voice mode a little bit because I don't know if you can, it always ends the same way. So that's basically what you need to do. It
I
always
haven't done
goes,
the voice mode I haven't done the voice mode a lot since ChatGPT 5 came out. And it's
it's
not because I
annoying
thought it was
every
bad. I
single
just
time.
haven't used it.
I'm like, great. So how many customers would I need to have to make this work? You'd probably need close to about 200. I mean, it always goes every single time. I'm like, this is not natural. It used to be so natural. Now it's not natural at all. I'm
I
like, how
did
are
see
they
them
going
test it.
backwards?
I saw a test in my ChatGPT results. It's funny, it happened while I was doing a live stream using ChatGPT, but it's like, do you like this voice or this voice better? I listened to both, picked one, and moved on. But I think they're testing and trying to figure out how to make it sound more natural. But they got a long way to come. I'm surprised that other voice we tested out that came out last March still hasn't made its way into anything yet.
You talk about
Remember
Sesame?
that? Yeah, Sesame. I still haven't seen. I figured we would have seen that in some app, like powered by Sesame, but no, haven't seen nothing. Regardless, coming back to this poll, ChatGPT is still the winner. Claude, at least in my audience, is 14% strong. Gemini is 8%, but I feel like Gemini
Is
is
going to
starting to
grow.
is coming. Though Claude did just get baked into Microsoft, so in Microsoft you can now pick between ChatGPT and Claude as a
Wow.
model to work with. So
Wow.
that's interesting. But most people I talk to about Microsoft's Copilot says it sucks compared to the original models. So a friend of mine even said it's the 30% Microsoft tax, like it's 30% dumber. So, but
Really?
it continues to get smarter, yeah,
Jeez.
because they load it down with a bunch of extra prompts, which crushes it, I guess. Viral post of the week. I saw on LinkedIn. It's actually not viral at all. It should be viral because it's amazing, but it's actually a fantastic example of what AI people can do with AI video. People have no business making these kinds of videos. It was like this great, in fact, what's the title of it? The title of the video, and I'll have the link in the show notes. But it was, remember this B2B marketing ride? And it has like somebody walking up to like a Disneyland. It's a small world outside ride, but you get inside, it's kind of like Pirates of the Caribbean. And it looks like a bunch of people going through a ride in Pirates of the Caribbean and the water boats, but it has all these B2B marketing tropes in it that are just hilarious. At least if you're a B2B marketer, they're hilarious to B2B marketers. And I just love this kind of content because with AI, you can make this really funny content, but for a very niche audience. So I think the content's just going to get more and more and more niche and more customized until it's fully personalized for the individual. And I think we will get to the point where AI is just kind of like, so what movie do you want to watch today? What are you in the mood for? I'll whip it up right now. It'll be
Oh, I
fully
didn't think of that. If it could just create it,
yeah. Yeah. Netflix will be Uflix.
you could. Okay, here's another listen. We don't judge. I'm into anime, so you could mention a few different shows. I guess it could work for any type of show, and then it will put together a genre that matches the energy, the level, the genre, the music style, and you could just watch. I want us Interstellar meets we like Western movie
Yeah.
meets, and then it'll just like okay. Like at first it'll take 4 hours to make it, and then soon it'll be like 30 seconds. Jeez.
It's coming. It's coming. But what's really exciting about it is when you could start using it as like a way to learn. You're like, make content just for me using this thing that I really like, using anime. I want you to make a course for me to help me better understand this. Like that's going to be amazing. So, we're all going to be vegetables in front of a TV until we have the learning component in, and then it'll be really fun. And that's how my children are probably going to learn marketing, at least my grandchildren.